Hey everyone, it's Megan from Bookish Tonight. And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Megan. I'm Canadian. I love to share my thoughts about books. I like to buy books. I also love doing fun book challenges and just share anything book related on my channel. I haven't uploaded a lot in the past like 5-6 months. It's because I've been going through a lot of things with mental health and losing family members. I have videos about that in the past. And the pandemic just really took a toll on me, both mentally and physically. So, yeah, I'm ready to get back into it. I've been really itching to start uploading videos again. I have been constantly reading still. Like, I haven't stopped reading. I read like 100 books in 2021. So this is what this video is going to be about. It's about my 2021 bookish stats. So I will pop the graphs up here so you guys can see it. The first graph you'll see are my statistics and my goals for 2021. And so my goal was to read 100 books and I read 101. I wanted to read roughly like 20,000 pages. I never know what to put in for this, so I usually just put in like a random number. That's like total time read. I just put in like a random time for audiobooks because I really don't know. But for diverse reads, I did want to read at least 50. That's half of what I wanted to read, so that will be the percentage of 50%, obviously. Out of 101 books, my total pages read was 28,791. Total time read was 563 hours and 38 minutes approximately. Diverse reads, I read only 32, but that's better than what I've been doing previous years. So that percentage is 31.7%. So I'm going to break down by month how many books I read. In January and February, I read 9 books. March was a bad month. I read 4 books. In April, I read 8. May, I read 13 books. June was 5. July was 10. August was 3. That was my lowest month. And then September and October were both 7 books. November was 9. And December was 17 because I was really pushing to get those 100 books in. So broken down by month now, I'll give you the total number of pages. So in January was 2,800. February was 3,116. March was 1,462. April was 1,273. May was 3,626. June was 1,315 pages. July was 4,021 pages. August was 1,566. September was 2,025 pages. October was 1,856. November was 1,761. December was 3,970. Instead of saying the times of the audiobooks per month, I'm just going to pop that graph, that chart right here so you guys can pause and read it. And now I'm going to pop up a line graph here of the number of books per month. So you can see that it was kind of relatively in the same ballpark, and some months were a little better than the others. And I'll do the same thing here for pages read per month. That is a little bit more up and down, though during August through November it was pretty on par with one another. And then I'll do the same thing here with times read per month with audiobooks. So the audiobook chart here, you can see that kind of all over the place. Here is a pie chart of books by release, and this would be like rereads, backlist, and then any new, which I think new was broken down between 2020 and 2021. I can't quite remember. So rereads was 5.9%. New books were 14.7%. And I've read a lot of backlist books, and that was 79.4%. Here is a graph broken down by reading format. So I read 47 audiobooks, read 15 physical books, and 39 ebooks. So I didn't do too great on my physical books. Yeah, I need to work on that this year because I have a lot of unread books on my shelf, like my physical shelf. So I need to make that number higher and audiobooks number a little lower. And then here is a graph of ratings between 1 through 5 star. So I don't know how many of each I actually have rated, but you can see that I have very few 1 to 2 stars. I'm surprised I don't have more 3 stars to 4 stars, because that's generally what I will rate things. But I did read quite a few good books in 2021. And then this next graph is reading by age range. So I read mostly adult and YA. That's typically what I will read anyways. 45, 46 was adult. New adult was like 8, 9-ish. YA, I read 40. Middle grade and children's were a little lower. Yes, I do have a couple children's book on there because I read to my nieces and nephew. Okay, so now this graph is going to show reading by source, which is if I bought it, is it library, did I borrow it, gift it, other, and if I won it in a giveaway or if I had an ARC. So as you can see in this graph, I mostly had bought books and borrowed. Borrowed, I use that for books on Scribd because like you don't keep those books, so, and they weren't from the library. So, and as you can see, I use Scribd a lot last year, and it's one of my favorite reading subscriptions as well as Audible. So yes, that's why my bot line in this graph is also pretty high, because I used Audible quite a lot. Library, I didn't use library too much. I want to bring that number up also. And I'm trying to read more physical books. And then I didn't read too many of my gifted books. And other, I can't remember what I used other for. So who knows what that one is. And then this last pie chart is books broken down by genre. So as you can see, this pie chart is very colorful. Dystopian was only 3%. Probably could have been more, but I just cast it in as fantasy most likely. Thriller was 2%, which I'm honestly really surprised because thriller is like one of my favorite genres to read. But like I thought I read more than that, but it could also be like mystery thriller, and I could have just put it in with mystery. So science fiction was 5.1%. Romance was 18.2%. So this was like a contemporary romance, erotica romance, just a lot of romance. Poetry was 2%. Nonfiction was 2%. Mystery is 11.1%. Then horror is also 5.1%. A lot of like mysteries and thriller books kind of overlap the same genre. So historical fiction, we have a 6.1%. I used to read historical fiction a lot when I was in middle school. Graphic novels was 5.1%. Fantasy was 19.2%. That's one of my like ultimate favorite genres to read. And contemporary was 12.1%. And then classics I read 3%. So for contemporary, that there could have been like light romance, whereas the more like heavy erotica, spicy romance was the just regular romance category. And then I have one more here for you, and these are favorite books that I read in that month. This does not mean these were my top 12 favorite books of the years. These are just in the books that I read that month. These were the favorite of that month. So for January, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. March was A Court of Wings and Ruin. I always get those titles mixed up with one another. Very easy for me to do that. And then in April was The Whisper Man. That's a psychological thriller. It was on the shorter end, and I really liked it. May was Girls of Paper and Fire. And then June, we have Check Please Book 1. I love that graphic novel. I love Biddy. I need more Biddy in my life. I freaking loved it. July was Survive the Night. That was my first Riley Sager book, and I freaking loved it. That was a 5-star read, and I think that ended up being in my top 10 of 2021. August was Check Please Book 2. I buddy read this with a friend of mine, and she ended up really loving these graphic novels also. Pretty sure this whole time I was not in focus, and I have turned off manual focus or autofocus on my camera because it likes to focus on random things in the background. So I have it set to manual, and I may have been out of focus this whole video. I am so sorry. I am not reshooting it. September was The Last Apothecary. October was Crave. November was From Blood and Ash. I have been wanting to read that since the beginning of the year, and I finally read it in November, and I'm so glad I did. I loved it. And then last but not least, in December was Beasts and Beauty. So that is all of my stats for 2021. So I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon to receive any notifications for whenever I upload a new video. Leave any of your comments, questions, concerns in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. I hope you're all having a good 2022. I hope it's been treating you well so far, especially in this time that we're all going through. Just know that I'm here. I am your friend, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video.